So video conferencing in general, why have we taken up video conferencing in the Southwest? Well, you're all from the Southwest. You know the geographical problems in the Southwest. John has already said how many miles it is for him to come all the way up from Hale. The Southwest, the distances between Swindon and Penzance, which is the extent of it, and then from Gloucestershire down to Dorset, the Southwest is massive in terms of the distance we have to cover. The transport links are not easy. So sometimes it just isn't possible for us to get to all the schools that we would like to get to. The furthest west university is Plymouth, and I'm not sure how many miles it is from Plymouth down to Penzance, but it's a lot. So that's why the solution that we've come up with as part of the solution is to video conference to some of the regions that we can't actually get to. So Mary Mart, a colleague who runs Routes into Languages from the University of Plymouth, is going to show you an example of some of the video conferencing using students from the University of Plymouth.
In Plymouth, I have to cover the whole of Cornwall, and that is geographically very challenging. And I assure you that to drive just from Plymouth down to Hale in the early hours of the morning is a very slow process, and therefore we cannot go easily to cover the whole of the Southwest. And it would also be very expensive to bring, and very time consuming, to bring a coach from Hale School to the university. So we decided to do video conferencing. Why? Because we both have very good facilities. You've seen the marvelous facilities at Hale School. Well, we at the University of Plymouth have equally good facilities. And we use our language ambassadors, our real students, our trained language ambassadors. Some of them are English native speakers and some are not. The one I'm going to show you later on happens to be a native French speaker. So this is obviously proving quite challenging for the pupils in Paris. What we also do, we decide in advance on the theme. The school teacher decides that the pupils are going to revise, my town, my region, my school day, so that it gives our language ambassadors a little bit of time to make sure that they prepare what they have to do. These young pupils who have this opportunity to use video conferencing all the time become very confident. They are not frightened of technology and they are not frightened of speaking, so they build their confidence. They obviously improve both their productive and their receptive skills because they have to listen to the questions, try and understand, and they have to talk in Spanish or in French. But very importantly, these pupils have the opportunity to interact with a real student in an establishment of higher education. Many of them have not had the opportunity to go to a university or maybe do not know any students who are studying languages. So they see a real student. They are immersed in the target language. And of course they have fun outside of the normal classroom activities. So they are not with their teacher who is going to judge them. They are with our students and obviously they can feel a little bit more relaxed about it. Now, from the point of view of our own student ambassadors, they also gain valuable experience, which is very good for their CV, but also they become more confident too, because I show you when I prepare them in my office to do the first video conference session, they are probably more frightened than the pupils themselves, and they say, Marie-Marthe, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Qu'est-ce que je vais dire? And they're very, very nervous. And as they progress, they gain in confidence. And they do it quite well, really. They foster cultural awareness of the country that they are studying, and more importantly, I think they motivate these young people to learn languages.
Oui, je réponds au nom de Caroline Rochingwa. Je suis originaire du Congo, République démocratique du Congo. Et je suis dans ma dernière année à l'université de Plymouth. Et j'étudie les relations internationales et le français.
Ah, c'est bien.
Merci. Et vous, qu'est-ce que vous étudiez? Par exemple, là, Lucie, qu'est-ce que tu étudies?
En ce moment, je suis dans mon dernière année de collège.
Ah, c'est bien.
Oui, et je vais bientôt passer mes GCSE.
Ok.
Je vais faire l'art, le français, les sciences, l'anglais, tout ça.
Ok. Ah, tu fais les français et l'art, c'est bien, c'est très bien.
Oui.
Et Paddy, qu'est-ce que tu étudies?
What do you study?
Ah, le maths, le science, le anglais, aussi
Sport.
le sport.
Ah, quel sport? Qu'est-ce que vous faites dans les cours de sport?
What kind of sports do you do?
Ah, j'adore le surf.
Ah, c'est très bien. C'est très bien. Et Anna, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire?
J'aime le sport, je dois le netto parce que c'est pratique. Ma pratique est facile à jouer.
Tu vas te
Oh,
promener?
je voudrais aller au cinéma.
Tu vas aller au cinéma.
Et qu'as-tu fait le week-end dernier?
Le week-end dernier, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Je crois j'écrivais ma mémoire.
Ah, bien.
Oui.
Tu aimes bien écrire alors?
Oui, j'aime étudier, j'aime apprendre, donc oui. De ce côté, je dirais oui, j'aime étudier.
Ah, c'est bien.
Et vous, et toi, tu aimes étudier?